Okay, this is our writing that goes along with our sentences unit, research-based fiction. In section 1 of this, your guide, we're looking at a choice between 3 kinds of fiction that you need research to help with. The first kind is historical fiction. That's where you take real characters or a plot and make a fake story around them, or use a real story and use a false character in order to explain the story or give the story a little bit more meaning to whoever's reading. The second kind is mythology. Mythology is based on characters from ancient religion. Best example on this is Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan. Rick Riordan did a lot of research into how ancient peoples looked at their religion, took those characters, changed them in a way that made them more relatable to modern people, and then made like millions and millions of bucks because he wrote great books using it. Mythology, the most common ones that people use are Norse, which is Viking, Roman, which is stolen from Greek, Greek, which they came up with, or sometimes Egyptian. Rick Riordan's got another really good series, the Throne of Fire series, I think it's called. And that is Egyptian mythology. But Egyptian mythology is a little bit darker, a little bit harder to work with. So if you really want to do some difficult research, Egyptian mythology is a good one. The last one is science fiction. That's where you take a regular plot line, but you use a very scientific aspect. The big one that people are talking about right now is zombie fiction, where you use the scientific explanation of a germ or a virus that causes somebody to die, and then their body to get back up. It's very scientifically explained, but the science is twisted up because, that's not real. Section 2 are the objectives that we're working with. The first one is text type and purpose. Our text type and purpose objective to get a level 3, which is exactly where you need to be, is writes a narrative to develop a real or imagined experience or events using effective technique, relevant descriptive details, and well-structured event sequences. Basically what this one means is you need to write a story that works well, and all the parts in it need to work well together. B, production and distribution of writing. A level 3 for that one means, with some guidance and support from peers and adults, develops and strengthens writing as needed by planning, revision, editing, rewriting, or trying a new approach. This is what I've been talking to you guys about. If you really get into your rough draft and think, man, this really stinks, I'm not liking where it's going, or I think I could do it a lot better if, it's a lot faster rather than try to fix something you don't like to just scrap it and try again. Or if you really get into your own editing and you want to shift a paragraph around, or you're talking to a peer and they think, you know what, this is cool, but wouldn't it be a lot cooler if you tried this? To edit and rearrange and really look at how your writing goes together, working with me, working with any other teacher that might be around, working with whoever's doing your editing, or just working with yourself. When you look at your own work, are you willing to put in the work to arrange it or rearrange it to make it better? Next one is research to build and present knowledge. Now this present doesn't mean we're going to get up and read it in front of people. This present means draws evidence from literary or information text to support analysis, reflection, and research. This means looking at different sources, pull in information that you're going to use to make your story better. You're going to need to look at sources and think, okay, I need this information. This information is good, but I might not need it, or this information I definitely don't need, it's way too detailed or not detailed enough. D, the fourth objective is behavior. And we all know to get a 3 in behavior, basically, it's okay to mess up, it's okay to be a little bit off task, it's okay for me to have to look at you and say, hey, dude, focus. It's not okay for you to be so off task that it starts to affect things like your conventions, or your research doesn't get done, or you start running late. So in order to get the 3 for behavior, you need to be on task. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be doing pretty well. Conventions, same as always. 3 6th grade level mistakes per paragraph, that's pretty much normal. Now, as a warning, I want you, by the end of the year, on 0 6th grade level mistakes in a paragraph, which that means you're doing 6th grade level writing. Most people are there now. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start ratcheting it down as the year goes. This will be the last writing assignment where 3 6th grade level mistakes gets you a 3. The next writing assignment, 2 6th grade level mistakes is what I need to be where I want you to be. Because we're not quite to the halfway point, but by Christmas break, we'll be halfway done with the school year. That's coming up faster than you would think. The next part, research. This is the part where I've had a few questions. Sources. Can you still see me? Yeah. Okay. Sources. Websites, books, textbooks, interviews, videos, or TV shows. Any of this stuff is good for a source for you to get information from. An interview might be like if you're writing a story about World War II and you sat down and talked to a parent or a grandparent who either was in World War II or knew somebody who was in World War II. A website would be anything you get off the internet. Remember, if you're looking in class, use all the filters I've set up, and if you're looking at home, be careful what you look up, with parent permission, obviously. Textbooks are good because for science and social studies, the textbooks that you have cut out everything that's too complicated or too advanced or too babyfied and not detailed enough. They're shot right for somebody at your age level, at your reading level, and they basically give you everything you need to know, and they don't treat you like you're dumb, and they don't treat you like you're a college professor yet. Videos could be something like YouTube. Even though this is going on YouTube, be very, very careful looking up internet videos for research, because any Yahoo, like this one, could put anything they wanted. I could lie to you all day long about world history, post it on YouTube, or not have any evidence to back myself up, and YouTube's just a way for people to get their point of view out. Point of view and fact are not the same thing. So be very, very careful if you're looking up video research. TV shows are kind of the same way. A lot of the stuff you can get on like History Channel or H2 or History International or Discovery Channel is good. But be very, very careful in what you remember, because if it's a TV show you saw a year ago, you're not going to be able to remember the title, you're not going to be able to remember who wrote it, you're not going to be able to remember exactly what they said, and exactly what they said is what you're looking for. Authors who wrote it. If it's a TV show, it's going to be the writer on the TV show, so you'll actually have to watch the credits rather than fast forwarding through them on your DVR or sleeping or talking on your phone or texting or whatever. You actually have to watch the credits. For a book, that's easy. For a textbook, there could be quite a few. For a website, you got to look at all the fine print to see who made the website. Publication date is on a website, that's the date that it was updated or revised. Or in a book, it's the copyright date. The C with the circle around it and the date on the title page or the page after it in any book, that is the date of publication. Copyright means the day that they said, look, I wrote this, this is mine, and then published it. The last part is your notes. And that's where a lot of the outlining stuff that we have been working on is going to come in. You don't need an 800-page scientific research, paper. You just need the basics. If you want to write about the spread of zombies, you need germs and viruses research. If you want to write about the Civil War, you need to research a battle during the Civil War. If you want to write about ancient Greece, you need to write about what parts of ancient Greece do you need. What were their cities like? What did they do for fun? What were their jobs? An outline form would do really well. And outline form is another video under writing help that you can find on this YouTube channel.